Hey you guys, what's up? How is it going? I hope you're having a wonderful day today. It's a little strange coming to you with a video in, well, okay, so it's no longer August. I did buy this in August, but I guess it's September, and September is when Sephora starts releasing their holiday sets, or brands' holiday sets. But still feels a little weird this early in the month of September coming to you with a dazzled or disappointed on a holiday set. But nonetheless, it's a super exciting video because this is one of the items I wanted most from the holiday sets in general. And it is the Too Faced Boss Lady Beauty Agenda. This is the Sephora exclusive. You know how they always do a Sephora and an Ulta, and then one that is at both. This is the one that's exclusive to Sephora. I stumbled across this last Friday? Yeah. So I was on Instagram and I don't remember who had posted that some of the JCPenney Sephoras had already started putting their holiday sets out, which is bizarre to me. I don't know. I guess they don't have like a hard date where, you know, they can start selling them as soon as they get them, I suppose. But I told my husband because he drove me to get it. Ironically, it was the day that we were all bracing for Hurricane Harvey, and it was starting to weather was starting to deteriorate. The city I am in, we were supposed to get a pretty bad, it was not supposed to be good in our city, and it ended up being that we were fine. And so, but that was the day that night it was going to hit, and so it was kind of like, didn't really want to go out, just trying to stay home. Well, they had it at a mall not too far from me, so my husband was very, very sweet and drove me over there. So I was able to pick this up, and I have been able to use it for a few days now, and have quite a few, obviously quite a few swatches because there's a lot of shadows in here, but thoughts for you. And so for those of you who are as excited as I am about Too Faced holiday releases, about holiday releases in general, this video / review is going to be right up your alley. This upcoming, I'm hoping to get this video up before Saturday the 9th, because Sephora is having their holiday preview event for VIB Rouge. So if you have RSVP'd to that, so I'm not sure if they're going to have this one. They usually do have Too Faced. I didn't see it in the picture, but they usually do, so I don't see why they wouldn't. So hopefully this will help you in making that decision. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this because there's quite a bit to cover, and I don't want this to be a super long video, so let's just go ahead and get started. So the box is super cute. Says Too Faced Boss Lady Beauty Agenda Best Year Ever 2018, and it's got these little, you know, almost kind of like an advent calendar when you pull it up, and it's got the picture. It's got gingerbread men, it's got months of the year, it's got a little Santa Claus, it says Merry Christmas somewhere, yeah. So it's really, really cute. I told you this last year when I reviewed the Too Faced holiday set. A lot of times, most of the time, for holiday sets, I'm attracted to the packaging. So I always know that usually holiday sets are not going to be as on par as normal things released during the year. A lot of times the quality suffers, but packaging is so spot on that I end up having to pick it up. And that's been the case with Too Faced pretty much year after year. I pick it up because their packaging is incredibly cute. So just to let you know, you do get a trial size mascara, and you do get a trial size of one of the melted matte shades. Just to let you know, this is in the shade Sellout, which I am very happy I don't have this one. I actually only have Queen Bee in this line, I guess, because they're so drying on my lips, and you know, usually I put a gloss on top and everything, but these I have found to be exceptionally drying. But I'm glad this is a shade I don't already have. So usually past sets, a trial size is included of something I already own, so it's like, okay, well, I probably won't get too much use out of this. I'll move it along. But anyways, so that's the box. Those are the two little trial sizes that come in there. And then you get the pièce de résistance, and it's like a little planner, and it's in pink, like a baby pink. This is my favorite shade of pink, and it says, "Don't let today be a waste of makeup." Let me show you up close. This is so cute. It is a kind of a real soft padded material. I'm going to say it feels very quality. It feels very sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels like good quality, which makes me happy. It's got a little tassel on the zipper, which I could do without. Last year, Marc Jacobs did this whole tassel thing, and I just don't know what it is about tassels. But anyways, that's okay. And then on the back it says best year ever in a little heart, and it says 2018. So then you open it up, and of course it's got the gold hardware. You open it up and you've got a couple of different things in here. Let you know when you open it up, because there's corners inside of the eyeshadow palette and the planner, you want to be careful because sometimes it kind of gets hung up and you don't want to nick the corners of your eyeshadow palette or your planner. But it's this thing is so business-like, and I love that. It brings cute and pretty to work. So you open it up and it's like a legit planner type portfolio thingy. It's got a little place for your pen, a little mirror, little pockets. You've got your eyeshadow palette, which we will start off with, and then you have got the planner inside that says don't let today be a waste of makeup, which matches the cover of this portfolio thingy. So we'll come to this here in a second, but let me first take you through the swatches. The palette matches the portfolio, best day ever. Which is what the back of this little portfolio said. Keep in mind, Too Faced palettes, holiday palettes, never come with a mirror on the inside. They're usually like a cardboard type material, so it's not going to come with a mirror on the inside. But if you have been buying Too Faced holiday sets for a few years now, you already know that. So the inside just is cardboard and it says Too Faced. So here you go. Let me see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 24 eyeshadows because there are 4 per row. There are 6 rows. You also get a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. I am wearing, so basically my eyes, my bronzer, blush, and highlight are all from this palette, so that I wanted you to be able to see how it performs. So let me give you swatches, and then we're going to go into thoughts after that because I have quite a few. First row is Marshmallowed, Snow Day, Christmas Dream, and Iced Out. There you go right there. So very pretty, pinky, girly shades. These two are perfect for brow bone. Then you've got Spiked Cider, I Want It All, Love Actually. I think that's a movie with Ryan Reynolds, if I remember right. It's kind of older, but that's what that reminds me of. And Faux Fur Only. I think that's cute, the faux fur only, because as you know, Too Faced is a cruelty-free brand, and I want to say they're releasing a palette here in the near future in which proceeds will go to, I think, animal shelters, things of that nature. But here is the second row there. This second one right here is a very pretty, very light brown. It does have gold sparkle in it though, so if it kind of looks like it doesn't have anything, but it does have that going on. I feel like with Too Faced though, it's a very pretty sparkle. I just feel like with Too Faced, if you're going to use a shadow of theirs that has that gold sparkle, you have to use a sticky base, kind of like the Too Faced glitter glue, because the Too Faced eyeshadows that have that loose glitter, I feel like if you just blow on it, the glitter comes right off. It sets on the shadow, and so it doesn't stay unless you use a tacky, something like a glitter glue or something of that nature. The next 4 are Don't Give a Fudge, Give Me S'more, Pine Cone, and Jolly. And I'm just going to tell you, these names are making me, I already can't wait for fall. Fall is my favorite time of year. Well, specifically October, November, December. But I am just so excited for the upcoming fall months. That's what that row looks like right there. Okay, we're down to the 4th row, so we are pretty much halfway through, a little more than halfway through. We've got Halo, Deck the Malls, which is like kind of a mauve-y gray matte, and I'm going to tell you this is one of the softest shades in the palette, probably one of the softest shades I've come across, period. It's very, very nice. Usually with Too Faced, you're going to get some stiff, kind of drier matte shades. This one is so creamy. I love that shade. Then you've got Sleigh Bells. To let you know, Sleigh Bells is what I'm wearing on the middle portion of my lid. And then you've got a dark silver gray called Fa La 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 La. Okay, there you go. So very girly, very delicate. Those mauve-y type silvery shades are so, so pretty. I think the pigmentation is just, you can tell it's there. Some are lighter than others, but just girly and delicate overall. Okay, now you can start really getting into some holiday Christmas type shades. You've got Party over here, Trimmed, Plum Pudding, and Glittered. That's what those look like right there. This shade right there, which is called Trimmed, all over the lid is so, so pretty. I used that on my lid about 3 days ago, and it was one of those times where I kept on passing a mirror and I was like, had to stop and look at my eyeshadow, and I don't mean that in a vain way. I know that sounds so vain. It's just that sometimes shades can be so stunning on the eyes that it's like, oh, I love this. So that was one of those shades. Here we go with the last row. We have got Unwrap Me, Santa's Helper, Christmas Carol, and Black Tie. And this Christmas Carol is another one of those just really stand out shades. Very, very pigmented, creamy, and it's like that trimmed shade I was just telling you about, only this is in blue. And so it just really, it's more like a metallic shade, so it really pops, and the pigmentation is there. It's creamy, it's not patchy. So you have quite a few shades to really create a good party look, which obviously it's a holiday palette, so you're going to have a lot of parties and events to go to, and so it's geared, I feel like it's got enough in there to kind of, you know, help you out in that area. It's geared towards that. Last three things we're going to go over are the face items. So it's going to be the highlighter, the blush, and the bronzer. So you have got the highlighter, which is called #blessed. You have got the blush, which is called Will You Marry Me, M-E-R-R-Y. That's super cute. And then you've got your Chocolate Soleil, which is the, you know, their well-known bronzer, and they usually put that in their sets. So let's swatch these, and that's what that looks like right there. You know what I'd really like to see Too Faced do for a holiday set one day is put a blush in their set or in their palette that is geared more towards, it's more of like a berry shade, you know, the kind of darker type shade that you would use for those winter months, because I feel like they usually put these kind of peachy pink shades in there, which I'm not opposed to. I love them. It's just that they seem to do that every set, and in addition to that, in the winter time, you're looking at wearing a little bit darker shades in order to, you know, be a little more fall winter appropriate, but still a very, very pretty shade nonetheless. And then there's the highlight right there. So let's go ahead and talk about my thoughts, because I have got a few thoughts to share with you. So first off is that my initial reaction when I picked this up, I opened it. I'm one of those people that I don't like to open things right away. I don't like to use things right away. I don't, for whatever reason, I like to keep them nice and new in their packaging. Anyways, I opened it up in the car on the way home because I was dying to see what was inside. So the first thing that I thought when I first opened this up, I almost had a feeling, I had a feeling of disappointment, because I feel like Too Faced holiday sets, they never change up the color scheme. It's always similar. And so last year, or was it the year before? Okay, the year before last, with their, not the Christmas in New York, but the previous one. I'm looking up at them right now because the shelves are in front. So last year was Christmas in New York, and then the year before that was the Paris one, the Paris themed. The Paris themed had like chunky glitter shades. A lot of people hated because it was messy. That, again, if you use a glitter glue, it will go a long way, and you can go from disappointed to stunning, you know, in just a second. Anyways, but their little house, the one that had the roof that came off, and then last year's palette, even the year 3 years ago, which I so regret not picking up some of my favorite things holiday palette from Too Faced. I regret not picking that one up just because of the reference of my favorite things. That's a lot of the shade names were references to like The Sound of Music, which is my favorite movie of all time. So I feel like that palette, last year's palette, and then the palettes with the little house, all have the same color scheme. So I opened it up and I thought, okay, I can already pick out which ones I have from prior holiday sets. Which trimmed, I have one almost identical, and I'm not bringing them out right now to compare everything because this would be a super long video, but I do want to point out which ones are highly similar if you have previous year's sets. Unwrap Me, you'll find that in one of your, if you have, I think it's last year's, if you have that little house from the year before, Unwrap Me is one of them. Sleigh Bells, year before last, the little house, the little Paris house with the roof that comes off, has almost an identical shade as well. The gold party over here, they put one of those practically in every holiday palette. Your black standard comes in everything. I feel like I don't need a black shade in every palette. Some people say otherwise because they can use it to smoke something out, for liner, whatever the case may be. I have so many black eyeshadow shades in practically every single palette, and I hardly ever use black because I tend to use regular liner. Now there are some shades, so that like the Deck the Malls, that mauve gray that I told you about, so buttery and smooth. You've got two that are almost just so similar that why would you put them in the same palette, and that's Iced Out and Glittered. They're both, you know, shimmery silver shades. The only thing is Glitters is more of a metallic and Iced Out is more of a silver base with the silver glitter. To me, I don't need two. One or the other will do. But I do, you know, there are some really good shades. So Pinecone and Jolly are those matte shades that are like green and cranberry. Really, really nice. Anyways, so all in all, that was my initial reaction. I was like, I looked at this and I thought, I have most of it. It's like, I'm glad I bought it because I love the packaging and I always buy Too Faced holiday sets. But I'm thinking, I'm just a little disappointed because I expected something a little bit different. I hadn't seen too much on this palette. I actually have not seen a lot on the detail of holiday sets. So it's, you know, not as easy to find as it was last year. Anyways, so that was my initial reaction. I came home, started playing with it, have played with it for the last few days, and I have to tell you, I am I'm impressed. Granted, similar color scheme, but I feel like every shade I've used has been easy to work with, blendable, very, very pigmented. I find black shades to be patchy. That's a given. So Santa's Helper and Black Tie I find to be dry and patchy. But there's also, so Pinecone and Jolly I find to be a little stiff and dry. I don't find that that hinders the performance of the shade. And I feel like I've said that the last couple of videos about different things, is that some eyeshadows are stiff and dry, but I have not had any issue once I put it on the brush and apply it to my eyes. It's gone on very nicely. I'm gonna zoom you into my eye look today, and I have to say, I think I'm pretty dazzled by this. I think I'm gonna have people who highly disagree with me because of your sentiment towards, you know, Too Faced holiday palettes, holiday sets in general, and where they're made and what they're made with, and the difference in quality, and obviously the color scheme. I know a lot of y'all will agree with me. But the more I use it, the more I'm like, wow, this is a really awesome palette. So glad I picked it up. I'm going to tell you, this #blessed highlighter, this thing is bomb. I did not expect to like this highlighter as much as I did. Usually I find Too Faced highlighters that are put in these kinds of sets to be run-of-the-mill highlighter that's not in your face type of glow and shine. And this is very, very different. I will tell you that there are little glitter particles in there. I don't find that I mean, it's not like a disco ball, but there are a few glitter specks. So those of you who hate that, you won't like this highlighter. I love it. I'm like, I can't stop using it. I'm ready to go move on to one of my other highlighters. And I use this palette and I'm like, you know what, I already have the palette open. I think I'll use this highlighter. It's really, really pretty. It stands out. If you are looking for an intense glow, you've got that right here. So all in all, really, really happy, very pleased with this. Despite my initial reaction about the color scheme, and then my thinking was it's going to be in line with, you know, the Too Faced holiday releases, and it's going to be okay, it's going to be decent, it's just not going to be out of this world. I am so excited. So if the packaging wasn't enough, I also am loving the actual product inside. Before I take you onto the planner, let me go ahead and zoom you in. If I can find the little zoom. Why can't I find, okay. As my husband would say, user error. Okay, so let me open this bad boy up and I'll tell you what I have on. I don't remember what, oh yeah, I did. Okay, so in my crease right here, let me come over here. Okay, in my crease right here, I have got the shade Unwrap Me. Okay, there we go, which is that purpley shade. And then on the outer and inner portion of my lid, I have this silver metallic shade called Glittered. In the center of my lid, I have the one that I told you about earlier called Sleigh Bells, this peachy type shade. And then on my lower lash line, I have the blue down here, which is called Christmas Carol. So I was, oh, and then hold on, I have something on my brow bone too. I've got Snow Day, right there. Snow Day is on my brow bone. So that's what that looks like. And then in my inner corner, I put that metallic silver shade as well, only I wet my brush for that. So that's what that looks like. I am incredibly happy with it. The highlight is on my cheek. The blush is also on my face, as well as the bronzer here. And let me zoom you out because I always keep y'all up close and personal for probably longer than you'd like, but I've got bronzer on my forehead too. So and I've got something going on with this little piece of hair right here. So all in all, dazzled by this. I think I'm gonna, again, have some disagreeing people out there. Totally fine. I could see why you wouldn't be dazzled by it, but I'm incredibly happy with it. So just to let you know, the planner comes in here as well. So let me pull this or slide this guy out. And this is what I'm going to use as my planner for this year. It's really, really cute. So it's a beauty agenda. Back here you've got the little elastic thingy that helps you close it up so that it's not, you know, opening in your purse or whatever the case may be. And then you open it up and it's very cute. I think some of y'all might find it a little too maybe kiddie, like too young for you, but I love this kind of stuff. I think it's so cute. You get 2 pages of stickers, which is really, really cute. And if you know Too Faced, you know that they do cute, cute, cute. Let's see. Oh, gosh. There's one up here that says, but first, unicorns. And that's right there. Look how cute those are. So you can put those on, you know, as you go through the year. And then you've got like a page for your goals for the year. And then let's see, I'm going to take you, I don't want to make this too long on this planner, but I do want to show you. Okay, so each month it's so cute. It already has built in like, okay, it's got Mardi Gras. Each one has a little like emoji or whatever it's called that makes it so super cute. I feel like the light gets bad when I kind of, you know, bring this up here. So sorry. But, okay, Groundhog Day, and look at the groundhog. So cute. Just little things like that. Each month you have like a little tutorial type thing, a little guide on how to do your eyeshadow. It has a fun fact at the bottom of each month on a Too Faced item. This particular one on the peach palette right there. Let me see. It makes me very, very happy that in March on the 30th they have a cross for Easter. It's for Good Friday / Passover, so they have the Star of David and the cross, which means a lot to me because in a world and in a time where it seems like everybody is trying to shut down and take away my beliefs, you know, the cross and Jesus, and you know, that's important to me that the company puts that in there, because they could just as easily have left that off because it could be offensive to people, and this is not knocking anybody who's watching. I'm just saying that means a lot to me because that is my faith, and so I'm glad to see that on there. So again, another little tutorial for the new month. Let me see. Let me try to find something else on here. Let me see. This, I want to show you. Okay, August is a unicorn. So super cute. This thing is just well thought out. I like the detail behind it. It's just, I love it. I love it. Let me see. Let me find one more. Oh, okay. I feel like I'm going to take up all the time trying to find stuff on here. But anyways, just, I think you get the idea. Just these cute little emojis all over. It's like if there's one in here that says like National Peanut Butter Lovers Day, and there's like a piece of toast with peanut butter with the little legs and the eyes. Super, super cute. This thing is awesome. It will be my planner for 2018 because I do use a planner. So yes, the last thing before I forget to tell you, it's $59, which seems pretty in line with what it's been in the past. Seems pretty in line with other sets that are coming out as well that have come out in the past. Like the Tarte set that Sephora will have, that's also $59. So it's nothing outrageous or out of the ordinary, and you're really getting, I think you're getting a lot. You're getting the eyeshadow palette, you're getting the planner, and you're getting the little folio to put this in, which is really, really nice. So I hope this has been helpful. This has been a super long video and I'm sorry for that. But I hope that you have found it beneficial, especially if you're looking into what holiday sets you're going to pick up. But I really did. I was really happy with it. So good job, Too Faced. Very, very excited for this and looking forward to see what they're going to release at Ulta as well. So I think they've got a few things up their sleeve. I am most looking forward to the Unicorn Tears Melted Latex, I think is what it is, because I have been waiting for that since they said it was going to come out. So I think they are releasing that for holidays as well. Okay guys, before I leave, let me give you the verse of the day. Today's comes from Psalm 103 verse 17, and it says, "From everlasting to everlasting, the Lord's love is with those who fear him, and his righteousness with their children's children." That's a beautiful verse. I hope it gives you inspiration and encouragement for today, for the week ahead. Thank you so much for sticking out this video with me, for taking the time to watch. I hope if you're new to my channel that you will consider subscribing. I have quite a few as holiday releases come out. Holiday is my favorite time of year to buy stuff from Sephora. And so there's a few things I have my eye on waiting for, for the release. So stay tuned for that. I hope you'll consider subscribing. And then if you found this video helpful, useful, or even just entertaining, I hope you'll give it a big thumbs up. And if you're looking to find me on Instagram, you can find me at Michelle's Glamour. That kind of gives us a way to stay a little bit more in touch, a little more frequently than even YouTube. So, all right, guys, I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.